Hi, everybody, and welcome to Ivy English. I'm Karen.
And I'm Wesley.
Today is July 3rd, and we're on page 12 in your magazines. Today, we have a really interesting article about something that happens to us once a year.
好，今天我们这个文章呢是每年各位都会碰到过一次的一个事情。
Our title is Shedding Light on the Origin of the Birthday Candle.
中文标题是祝你生日快乐啊，那 shed light on 是让某件事情更清楚啊，加以解释，或者是让你有一个新的一些资讯，让你更了解某件事情。但这里当然是个双关语啊，因为它也给你光亮的意思，然后又跟 candle 跟蜡烛有关，是你的生日蜡烛。
What does shed usually mean?
Shed 通常是例如说你把一个东西卸掉。刮掉
Right. So, for example, if you have a pet at home, especially a dog or cat, you'll find that you have hair all over your furniture because your pet sheds.
它掉毛。
Right. That's a common meaning of shed. And 卸下来, to shed your coat. Now, in another lesson, we will give you another interesting word for taking off your coat, to peel off your coat.
好，那我们也讲这个衣服脱衣服可以用 peel off 这个动词哈，那个时候通常是衣服上沾了什么你不喜欢的东西哈，对吧？把它脱脏的东西啊，那你脱衣服把它好像扒下来那样子。
Or maybe it's a little bit tight, or it's just uncomfortable. It doesn't have to be dirty. So to peel off your coat, you can shed your coat. That means to get rid of it because you don't want to be wearing it. It's too warm in the house. But to shed light on means 投一下一条光. That means so that we can understand something better.
所以就是给你一点光，让你更清楚的看到某件事情。
And one more thing about the title is compound noun stress again. You'll notice that the last two words are both nouns. Birthday modifies candle. And birth and day itself is a compound. It is the day of your birth. They're both nouns. So let's take care of those first. We don't say birthday. Nobody would say that. That's not the way you've learned it. But we pronounce it that way because it's a noun modifying a noun. So birthday. We stress the first syllable, the first noun. The noun that is modified is not stressed. So we've already taken care of that word and we treat it like a simple noun. And that modifies another noun, candle. So that is another noun that's being modified by a noun. So we don't say birthday candle. We say birthday candle.
好，所以这个复合名词的重音呢 birthday 这个 birth 重音在上面好，那这个先把这个 birthday 的重音处理完了，然后再看 birthday 再加上candle 这两个字，这个字，那这样的话，两个也还是名词，所以重音还是在前面那个字，所以是 birthday candle.
So the whole title again is Shedding Light on the Origin of the Birthday Candle. Now, as I was reading the word origin, I kind of had an echo in my head of Taiwanese saying origin. Do you think some people might say that?
好，所以这个字要注意啊，它的重音也是在前面 origin， 不要念 origin 啊，因为它的形容词 original 啊，所以很多人会搞不清楚 original al 拿掉，那就念 origin 吧，其实不对哈，它重音变名词的时候改变了哈 origin， 然后这个形容词是 original.
There's a similar example with 机制. A lot of people say mechanism, but it actually is mechanism.Mechanism. Now, why do they say mechanism? They're probably thinking of?
Mechanical.
Mechanical. The adjective is mechanical. The noun is mechanism. Mechanism. And I hope you're listening. Please tell your teachers and professors because even professors in engineering and science often say it wrong. My students tell me. So, mechanical, mechanism, original, origin, triangular.Triangle.
三角形跟三角形的也是一样哈。那这个triangular 这个重音在第二音节，这是形容词。在triangle 重音在前面啊，很多人会念 triangle 啊，其实 triangle.
All right, so those are three examples where you probably made a wrong assumption based on the adjective. So pay attention to the correct stress in each case. Okay, here is our article, Shedding Light on the Origin of the Birthday Candle. When you stop and think about it, the idea of birthday cakes is a bit strange. No, it's not the cake itself that's weird. After all, marking special occasions with baked goods isn't new. Think of mooncakes for Mid-Autumn Festival or pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. What's unusual about birthday cakes is the practice of sticking lighted candles into them. The concept of a birthday celebration can be traced back to the ancient Egyptians. The pharaohs considered their coronation to be their birth as a god. It was the Greeks and Romans who added cake into the mix. The Greeks had cakes to celebrate their gods, while the Romans served sweetened bread for special birthdays. However, it wasn't until the 17th century that the dessert took on the contemporary form of a layered cake with frosting and decorations. For a long time, this was accessible only for the wealthy, but when prices for ingredients dropped during the Industrial Revolution, birthday cakes became available to the general public. The origin behind putting candles on a cake is not as clear. Some people say it started with the Greeks who placed lighted candles in cakes for Artemis, the goddess of the moon. The flames were meant to symbolize the moon's glow. Others believe it began in Germany. In 1746, a party for Count Ludwig von Zinzendorf was described as including a cake with a candle for each year of his life, plus an extra one in the middle. Still others suggest it originated as a Swiss superstition in which the birthday person had to blow out candles numbering their age that decorated the cake. Wherever it began, candles and cakes are now standard at birthday parties. Let's go back to the beginning. So shedding light on the origin of the birthday candle, we want to know more about where this idea of putting a wax candle or several wax candles on a cake and lighting them came from. Our first sentence is, when you stop and think about it, the idea of birthday cakes is a bit strange. Now, the interesting thing here is when you stop and think about it, learn that as a chunk, as Wesley often tells us. Just learn it as a chunk when you stop and think about it, because in life, a lot of the things are the way they are, and we take them for granted. We think that's the way things have to be. That's the way they are because that's the way the things have to be. But that is not the case. Many things could be very, very different. We're just used to them being one way. However, if you stop and think about it, that means if instead of taking something for granted, you start and think about, is this really necessary? And actually, this is kind of weird. Not every country, not every culture does this. That's what happens when we stop and think instead of taking things for granted. When you stop and think about it, that means I'm going to challenge an idea that people take for granted.
好，所以这个地方呢 when you stop and think about it 哈，就是中文就是类似讲啊，当你停下来想一想，那为什么要停下来呢？因为很多时候我们对于生活中周遭的很多事情呢，我们都 take it for granted， 就是我们觉得理所当然啊，就没有去想说，诶，这样是对的吗？或者为什么会这样呢？
We think it's 天经地义。
Yeah， 我们觉得天经地义的哈，那没什么的啊，所以停下来想一想，就发现，诶，这里面会有一些这个蛮有趣的事情。好，有的时候我们也会讲 stop to think about it 啊，用 to 也是可以的。好，那它的意思就是 to take a moment to think about something 啊。例如我们可以说，啊 ，Did you ever stop to think about the risk you're taking 啊？那你有没有停下来想过你冒了多大的险呐？啊，你这样子这么一股脑儿的往前冲啊，那你有没有想过你冒了很大的险？
You know, I think we do this all the time. What to somebody else looks really risky, we think is no big deal because we never got hurt doing it. Mm-hmm. But once you've gotten hurt doing something, you'll be careful in the future. Yeah. For example, maybe handling paper. You think handling paper is no big deal, but once you get a bad paper cut, you're going to be more careful with paper.
Yeah， 所以很多事情是你没有经验的时候，你就不知道你其实冒着很大的险啊。像这 Karen 老师刚刚举那个例子，这个纸啊，其实我想可能有的人有那种经验啊，就被纸割到，其实很痛，因为纸很薄啊，所以它会割得很深，然后那个伤口很难愈合啊。那你没有被割过的人不知道，以为说纸啊这么软的有什么关系呢？这个不会怎样啊，如果不小心被割到，那非常难过。好，那这里讲到说这个。你停下来想一想的话，你就会觉得说，生日蛋糕这个主意，这个 idea 这种想法，就是生日一定要有个蛋糕这种想法，其实是 is a bit strange， 是有一点怪怪的。
Okay, and here we have another compound. It's very similar to birthday candle. This one is birthday cakes. Next sentence, no, it's not the cake itself that's weird. Now, there's a period there. Why did my voice rise at the end? It's because I'm not really finished with this thought. We're going to develop it later. So we just said that birthday cakes are weird. But then we're explaining, no, it's not the cake itself that's weird. So, no, it's not the cake itself that's weird. It's something else. But I haven't finished that in this sentence. My voice still goes up to let you know that there's more coming later.
好，所以各位注意到 Karen 老师他刚念的时候呢，啊，他是这样念，他说 No, it's not the cake itself that's weird. 啊，所以 weird 尾音上去了，我们通常英文句子尾巴会上去之后再下降，那这里为什么没有下降呢？因为这个 idea 还没有讲完，所以还在 developing， 所以让读者一听到这 weird， 读者知道there's more coming.
Right. After all, marking special occasions with baked goods isn't new. Think of mooncakes for a Mid-Autumn Festival or pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. Let's look at a couple more phrases and compounds. So, special occasions. Special is just an adjective. Occasions is a noun. If it's an adjective plus a noun, stress both of them. After all, marking special occasions, they're both stressed. With baked goods. Now, baked is an adjective, but baked goods is already a set phrase. It just means bakery goods, things that are made usually with flour. And they're often sweet. They don't have to be sweet. It includes bread. So baked goods, we treat that like a compound. Then moon and cakes are both nouns, so we call them mooncakes, not mooncakes. Next we have Mid-Autumn Festival. Now here we just have basically a noun plus a noun, so it's treated also like a compound, Mid-Autumn Festival. And then we have pumpkin and pie. Pumpkin is the main ingredient of the pie. When we have an ingredient or a material like brick wall, glass door, we stress both of them. So it's pumpkin pie, not pumpkin pie. And it's apple pie, chocolate pie, etc. It's the main ingredient, so we stress both. Pumpkin pie. And Thanksgiving, the stress is just on giving. Let's go through the whole sentence, and this time, pay attention to where I put stresses and where I don't have stresses. After all, marking special occasions with baked goods isn't new. Think of mooncakes for a Mid-Autumn Festival or pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving.
好，所以这个 Karen 老师给各位很详细的解释这个重音为什么这个是那样念，那个是那样念。那各位这种东西你要多听，然后多学，这样子你的英文念起来会越来越好听啊，越来越像英文。因为很多人说，在学英文学了这么多年，学了10几20年，为什么我讲英文听起来就不像英文呢？其实就这些地方就是一个你可以开始的地方。
But when you tell them you have to pay attention to this, they say, 小细节. But that's why you're having trouble understanding and speaking so others understand you.
Yeah, 那很多人说，我讲英文有点口音啊，没什么关系啦。是话是没错啦，但是其实你如果讲英文的时候，你讲的跟 native speaker 讲的越接近，你越容易听懂他们讲的话，因为你就是这样念的，那你就是这样讲这个字，就是这样念这个句，他们就是这样念，所以你一听就很容易懂。那如果说你念的句子或者你念的字重音跟他们不一样啊，那个 stress 不一样的话，那你有时候可能不见得那么容易听得出来，原来他讲的是什么东西。
Exactly. So if your stress is wrong, you will have trouble both listening and speaking. And when you have trouble with that and you get upset, why can't they understand me or why can't I understand them? Do not complain about learning details. You're going to need to learn a lot of details to make yourself understandable and to help your listening.
所以不要觉得这是细节，你细节搞得定，你才能真正加强你的英文的品质。
And always ask yourself, 中文的4声算细节吗？学中文那个4个声调算细节吗？ Most people tell me no way.
不是的啊。好，那我们看看这句子，他说，毕竟呢 ，marking special occasions， 好，这个 mark 在这里呢就是庆祝的意思，好 ，acknowledge 或者是 celebrate 一个很重要的一个 important event。那通常是用会有某一些做这个动作啊，某一些 action 来这个 celebrate 或者 acknowledge 这个 occasion， 所以它在这里我们可以翻成庆祝的意思，有的时候也可以翻成纪念啊。那这里是庆祝一些特别的特殊场合 special occasions 啊，例如说生日就是一个特殊场合啊。那用什么来庆祝呢 ？With 这个 baked goods 就是烘焙食品啊，那饼干啊、蛋糕啊、面包等等的。那这样的一个概念呢 ，isn't new 这句话主要动词在 isn't。好，那这不是什么新的东西。那你只要想一想 ，think of 想一想 mooncakes 我们的月饼啊 ，for Mid-Autumn Festival 啊，这个中秋节的月饼，或者是这个 pumpkin pie 好，这个是 Thanksgiving。感恩节的时候吃的那个南瓜派，这些东西都是特别的节日的时候要吃的特别的东西。
I'm glad you said 烘焙。A lot of people say it differently.
Yeah.
Okay, and also, birthday cakes may be a big deal, or maybe birthdays are a big deal for younger people.
Yeah, 这个当然这个你年纪轻的时候过生日，这个是比较大的事情啊。等到你过了特定的年纪之后呢，你慢慢就觉得生日又一年过去了，就这种感觉。
It's not just because you want to deny that you're getting older. It's just, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
In addition, the one who should be celebrating is your mother, that she endured all that and brought you up.
Yeah.
Okay, so your feelings about birthdays may change over your lifetime. What's unusual about birthday cakes is the practice of sticking lighted candles into them.
What's unusual about something is 什么什么。好，所以各位可以把它背起来。What's unusual about A is B. 好，所以关于 A 特别的之处在于 B。
And here is the rest of the sentence that we started when our voice went up. It's not the cake itself that's weird. What's unusual about birthday cakes, that is actually finishing the sentence where we stopped in the middle with that rising pitch. That's really giving the rest of that idea.
所以刚刚那个我们讲说不是生日蛋糕自己本身是 weird 哈，那个 idea 一直到这里好才真正的结束掉了，
Right.
发展完毕了。好，所以真正特别的关于这生日蛋糕真的特别的地方是什么呢？是 the practice of 就是这个做法。什么做法呢？ Sticking 就是插，我们这个把蜡烛插入蛋糕那个动作就是 stick。好，那插什么东西呢？ Lighted candles 就是点燃的这个蜡烛那 into them 把这个点燃的蜡烛插到蛋糕里面，是这样的一个做法，是很特别。
Listen to this stress again. I'm going to reread this sentence. What's unusual about birthday cakes is the practice of sticking lighted candles into them. Next paragraph, the concept of a birthday celebration can be traced back to the ancient Egyptians. Okay, birthday celebration. Here's our third compound with birthday as the first word. So birthday celebration, not birthday celebration, birthday celebration. And then we've got ancient Egyptians, that's just an adjective plus noun.
好，所以 the concept of某个东西的概念，什么概念呢？ A birthday celebration 就是一个这个生日庆祝这样的概念呢 can be traced back to 可以被往回追溯到这个古埃及时期。
The pharaohs considered their coronation to be their birth as a god. Now, the word pharaohs, that spelling looks kind of weird and hard to pronounce. I pronounce it only as 2 syllables. I'm familiar with this word because I went to a Christian school and we studied the Old Testament and they talked about the ancient pharaohs of Egypt in the Old Testament, or they talk about it. And some people will pronounce it pharaoh, pharaoh with 3 syllables. But to me, it sounds a little too 可以. I have just always said pharaohs.
好，所以这个注意这个字的发音，法老王的发音。好，那其实你就念 Pharaoh 2个音节就好了。好，所以法老王呢，他认为他的 coronation 就是加冕的仪式因为这 corona 这个是字根就是 crown 的意思，就是皇冠的意思。它更早的字根的意思是那个花冠的意思 wreath 好 W-R-E-A-T-H。好，那他认为这个加冕仪式 to be 把它认为是怎么样？他们的 birth， 他们所谓的出生。As a god， 所以他们认为他们加冕的那一天就是他这个成为一个神的那个出生的那一天。
And that made me think of when people get power, they want to appear as they have even more power than they already have, so they have easier control over people. So if people view you as a god, then they won't question you so easily.
Yeah， 所以这个你已经有权利了，你会更想让别人觉得你更有权利、更有 power， 所以你已经是王了还不够你还要把自己弄成这个上帝。
It was the Greeks and Romans who added cake into the mix. Now, this is kind of funny because when they put mix so close to cake, we think of another word, which is cake mix. And that means 这种蛋糕粉. You just mix it with water and you can make it into a cake. But that's not what they're talking about here. The mix means the combination of things used to celebrate a birthday.
好，所以 mix 在这也是一个组合，各种各样的事情你用来庆祝你生日的那各种各样的事情的组合所以 mix 在这里不是指那个面团面糊
或者蛋糕粉
蛋糕粉加了水之后那个东西
Right.
那这个地方 it was 什么什么 who 这是一种强调句型你也可以说 it was 什么什么 that 如何如何，所以这个把 added cake 把这个蛋糕加入这个庆祝生日的这各项活动里面的人是谁呢？是 the Greeks and Romans 是希腊人跟罗马人。
The Greeks had cakes to celebrate their gods, while the Romans served sweetened bread for special birthdays. What's one big difference between cakes and bread? Bread, at least for us now in the West, is usually made with yeast. It can be sweet and it can be savory, but it's usually made with yeast, which is 酵母粉. That's actually a living being. That's a living being that starts reproducing and produces gas. That's yeast. But for cakes, we usually use something like baking powder. 那是发粉。And that is completely chemical. It doesn't have any living being in it.
所以这个有差别的哈。这个 cake 通常用发粉哈，那这个是一种化学物哈。那如果是面包的话呢，通常他们会认为是用酵母粉，是活的东西啊，把它这个做出来的。好，那所以呢，他说这个希腊人呢，他们有这个蛋糕啊，可以来庆祝他们的神啊，有这个习俗啊。那罗马人呢，他们 served 他们会端出来给大家吃啊 ，to prepare and offer 这个 sweetened 甜的这个面包来作为这个special birthday 的一个庆祝。
Right, sweetened with the ed 是加了甜味的。However, it wasn't until the 17th century that the dessert took on the contemporary form of a layered cake with frosting and decorations.
好，但是呢 ，it wasn't until 我们看到这个你就知道后面一定有个 that， 就是一直要到什么时候才怎么样。所以 it wasn't until the 17th century， 一直要到17世纪的时候呢，这个甜点的 dessert 才会 took on， 就是 assume 啊，就是才会具有啊 the contemporary form， 就是现在的这个形式。什么形式呢 ？Of a layered cake， 就是有一层一层的，叫做 layered 啊，这样的蛋糕。然后呢，上面会有 frosting 啊，上面有这个糖霜，还有呢 decorations， 还有一些装饰。
For a long time, this was accessible only for the wealthy, but when prices for ingredients dropped during the Industrial Revolution, birthday cakes became available to the general public. One reason the prices dropped was because of slave labor, raising sugarcane.
那这个价钱会降下来，除了是他这里提到的工业革命之外，另外一个原因是那个时候大量使用奴隶，好来这个种甘蔗啊什么的，好，所以就变得比较便宜了。那我们看到这句，他说有很长一段时间呢 ，this 就是指蛋糕 was accessible， 就是可以取得啊 ，able to be easily obtained， 它可以被取得，只是对谁来讲可以容易被取得呢？对这 the wealthy 就是有钱人。但是当 prices 当价钱啊，什么价钱呢 ？Prices for ingredients 这些食材的价钱 dropped 就是 fell 落下来了，便宜了，在这个工业革命时代，这些食材价格降下来的，这个时候 birthday cakes 就变成了 available， 就是大家都可以取得了，谁可以取得呢 ？available to 注意的介系词啊 ，they became available to the general public， 就是一般大众都可以取得。
The origin behind putting candles on a cake is not as clear.
但至于这个把蜡烛插到蛋糕上面这样的一个origin， 它的起源呢 is not as clear， 就不是那么清楚了。
Some people say it started with the Greeks who placed lighted candles in cakes for Artemis, the goddess of the moon, and she was also the goddess of hunting and the forest.
Yeah， 好，所以 Artemis 是月亮女神，她也是这个狩猎森林之女神啊。那有的人说呢，这个插蜡烛呢是从这个希腊人开始的啊，他们把这个点燃的蜡烛放在蛋糕上面哈，那是为了这个敬拜这个 Artemis。那同一个告诉你，她是月亮女神 ，the goddess of the moon。
The flames were meant to symbolize the moon's glow.
好，那这个蜡烛的火焰呢 ，were meant to， 就是它的目的是，它的意思是要 symbolize， 要象征这个月亮的 glow。glow 就是一个 soft and steady light 啊，叫月光，那就可以说那是一个 glow。
Others believe it began in Germany.
那其他人认为呢，这个是从德国开始的。
In 1746, a party for Count Ludwig von Zinzendorf was described as including a cake with a candle for each year of his life, plus an extra one in the middle.
好，所以在1746年的时候呢，这个德国有一个伯爵，好公爵，他的 party， 那被描写 as 描写这个是什么样子呢？描写它是 including， 它包含了一个蛋糕，上面有蜡烛，然后呢 for each year of his life， 他每年啊就一根蜡烛，就跟我们现在一样啊，几根蜡烛代表你几岁。好，那但是差别是它还有一个 extra one 啊，还有一个 extra one， 还中间还有一个多出来的一根啊，放在这个蛋糕中间 in the middle。
I think after about age 20, you can stop that habit.
Yeah.
Still others suggest it originated as a Swiss superstition in which the birthday person had to blow out candles, numbering their age, that decorated the cake. Now here we see birthday person, another compound. In Chinese, you have a cuter word for it.
寿星
Exactly.
Yeah. 好，所以呢 still others， 所以有 some people 怎样怎样 others believe 他怎样怎样，然后在这里 still others， 还有一些人呢 suggest 就他们认为这个 suggest 在这里你不用把它这个硬翻为建议哈，其实它就是有这么一个想法或者提出这样一个想法啊。那他们提出这个想法认为怎么样呢？这个开始呢是一个瑞士的一个superstition 一个迷信啊，这个迷信呢里面呢这个寿星他必须要吹熄好 blow out 一些蜡烛，那这个蜡烛呢它是 numbering their age， numbering 在这里就是 count 啊，就是计算他们的年纪，也就是一根蜡烛啊，反正用蜡烛会显示他们的年纪，而且这些蜡烛是 that decorated the cake 装饰这个蛋糕，所以这里很有趣啊，这 candles 后面两个东西都是修饰这个 candles， 一个是 numbering their age， 另外一个是 that decorated the cake， 这两个片语啊，一个片语一个子句都是修饰 candles。
I've just read that blowing out the candles on a cake blows bacteria all over the cake.
That's true. 其实你吹蛋糕蜡烛的时候呢，你其实把细菌吹的整个蛋糕都是。Yeah.
Wherever it began, candles and cakes are now standard at birthday parties.
不管这个起源是在哪里，那我们看到生日蛋糕上的这个蜡烛现在是个 standard， 就是一个标准的做法标准的配备。At birthday parties 在这个生日宴会上面。
And there's another compound, birthday parties. Our first question, what does the author imply about birthday cakes in the first paragraph?
好，那我们这个作者呢在第一段里面他谈这个暗示关于生日蛋糕是暗示了什么东西？
A, birthday cakes are not as enjoyable as mooncakes. No.
那生日蛋糕不像月饼那么好吃吗？没有。
B, cakes have only recently been used in celebrations.
好，蛋糕最近才被用于庆祝活动当中啊。
It's been a long time. C, placing lighted candles in a dessert is an odd practice.
把点燃的蜡烛放在甜点上面，这是一种奇怪的做法。
That's the correct answer. D, pumpkin cake is the strangest flavor the author has tasted.
这个南瓜蛋糕呢，是作者尝过最奇怪的味道。
It's not correct, but pumpkin cake is delicious. 2, according to the passage, when did birthday cakes first begin to resemble the modern version?
根据本文，生日蛋糕从什么时候开始相近于现代的版本呢？
A, in ancient Egypt.
答案这个 A 是说在古埃及。
No. B, in the 17th century.
17世纪。
That's the correct answer. C, after the Industrial Revolution.
工业革命之后。
No. D, during the time of the Romans.
在罗马时期。
That was an early form, and they used sweetened breads anyway. Number 3, what impact did the Industrial Revolution have on birthday cakes?
工业革命对生日蛋糕有什么影响呢？
A, factories were able to mass produce cakes.
工厂能够大量生产蛋糕。
No. B, people had more free time to bake cakes for their children.
人们有更多的时间为小孩子烤蛋糕。
No. C, ingredients for cake became more affordable for everyone.
蛋糕的食材比较让每个人能够负担得起。
Especially sugar. That's the correct answer. D, the invention of boxed cake mix made baking easy for all people.
盒装蛋糕材料的发明使得烘焙对所有人来讲更加的简单了。
That's a distractor because they said they added cake into the mix. Has nothing to do with cake mix. All right, 4. Why did the Greeks place candles in cakes?
那希腊人为什么要把蜡烛放在蛋糕上呢？
A, it started as a superstitious practice.
它一开始是一种迷信的做法。
No. B, the candles reflected the age of their gods.
蜡烛反映出他们神奇的年龄。
Nope. C, candles kept the cake warm before they ate it.
蜡烛让他们在吃蛋糕之前为蛋糕保暖。
That's a good one. D, the light from the candles symbolized the moon.
蜡烛的光辉象征月亮。
Artemis.